Let's start with the easiest angle, the front view. I'm using a colored pencil for the construction lines, so you can still see the construction of the head after it's drawn. The first step is to draw a circle. Limit movement in your fingers and wrist, and move your elbow and shoulder instead. Just hover over your sketchbook, creating circular motions. When the movement looks and feels right, lower your pencil to create a faint circle. I'm making it dark so the instructions are clear, but try to keep your construction lines very light. The next step is to create a vertical and horizontal line that goes through the center of your circle. This is the middle line, and this one is the brow line, where the eyebrows go. Since the side of the human head is more flat, let's cut off the sides of our circle. To cut off just the right amount, split this section into 3 equal spaces, from the center of your circle to the top. Do the same for the bottom half. The top third will mark the top of our cut, and the bottom third marks the bottom. Cut off the other side as well. I can't erase pencil crayons, so just imagine that the sides are gone. Extend the middle line down so we can draw his feature lines. We already know where the eyebrows are going to go, so next we'll need to figure out the placement of the hairline, nose, and chin. In cutting off the sides of our sphere, we've actually created the hairline and nose line already. For an average male face, all of these features will be spaced evenly, so to find the chin line, simply take a measurement from brow to nose and bring it down here. Now we have 4 horizontal feature lines that are spaced evenly apart. Just doing a double check. To complete our head shape, we'll need to draw the jawline. Extend the side of the head down a little, and then curve into the chin. When you draw the other side, make sure the corners of your jaw are lined up, so one side isn't higher than the other. Now we have a complete head shape. There are 2 more lines you might want to draw. The eye line goes between the brow and nose and is about 1/3 of the way down. I know there's a lot of measuring, but if you practice a lot, you won't need to draw so many lines or make as many measurements anymore. And then between the nose and chin, there's the mouth, which is a little closer to the nose. Let's start adding his features now. The ears are attached to the sides of the head and go from the brow to nose. Start your stroke near the eye line, using the brow and nose as boundaries. Between where the ear shape started and ended, draw a bump. Extend it down, up to the right, and then to the left. Now we're going to use this part of the ear shape as a guideline to draw a similar shape that runs close to the edge. Now draw his other ear. Drawing the rest of his features can be very intimidating. Before we actually draw any of them, we need to learn where each feature fits on the face. Then we can worry about how to draw each one. A good way to approach this is to first practice drawing the human skull, because it really helps to understand the structure beneath all that skin. Study and draw the skull from many angles. There are many apps and online references that you can use to study from, like the one I showed you earlier. so I'll leave that part up to you. You can also learn how to draw the muscles, which is covered in the book. Learning how to draw a planar head will also come in handy. It's basically a blocky, simplified version of the head, where it's broken down into simple shapes. When you practice drawing this, it helps you better visualize where the facial features go, and it will give you a better grasp at the subject in a three-dimensional space. With these two references, you can probably vividly picture where the features go already. It takes some time to learn this, but if you put in the time, your drawing skills will level up dramatically. You can go right ahead and actually draw the planar head over your drawing very lightly to block out the different sections from one another. There are many ways to draw a planar head, as you can tell from a quick Google search. The Loomis one is a little different from what I'm doing now. I like to do just the face and ignore the rest of the head, but when you're practicing, it's probably a good idea to draw the whole thing. Please refer to the book for more info on this. Along the brow line, let's draw his eyebrows. Slant them up at the ends. Draw the other eyebrow, while making sure each corner is level with the first one. Use your planar sketch to draw the nose. I'm going to rest his nose on the line labeled nose and balance it along the middle line to keep his face looking symmetrical. Where the middle line and nose intersect, draw a small curve. And then above that, to the right and left, draw his nostrils. I'm not going to go into much detail on how to draw each individual feature because those will need to be covered in separate videos. To place his eyes, draw a vertical line from the wing of the nose going up. The eye will start there, and each one will be about the same width as the nose. For each eye, you can draw a trapezoid-like shape, something more rounded though, or a football shape. Draw his eyes right above the eye line. Let's add a crease at the top. It just roughly follows the eye shape. Make sure the corners of his eyes are level with each other. To draw the lips, I'm going to use a different method from Andrew Loomis, sort of just making it up on the spot. Draw a line where you want the opening of the mouth to go. I'm going to use a red line so you can see it better. Again, drawing it closer to the nose than the chin. By the way, if you want to see the Loomis method for placing the mouth, you should pick up his book, which I'll link to down below. Let me draw a large example so you can see more clearly. In the middle, draw a curve. To the sides, draw the corner of the mouth using small ticks. Then connect the dots using a wavy line in the shape of your choice. Draw the outline for his top lip, creating an M-like shape. The bottom lip is just sort of like a very wide U shape. Let's draw it on the face now. For the corners of the mouth, I like to align it somewhere between the end of the nose to the middle of the eye. Let's draw his cheeks now. If you want to really define his cheeks but don't know where to start, it helps to visualize his skull. Also, knowing where the cheekbones end will help you understand which areas you can hollow out. For his jaw, use your construction lines as a rough guide. I'm going to give him a dimpled chin. For his neck, draw an invisible line from the end of your eye or eyebrow, going down. That's how thick I'll draw the neck. The side of the head is a little more rounded than this, so round off the corners and make the straight line more curvy. To draw his hair, you can use the hairline as a reference point, which will give him a medium-sized forehead. Draw above or below this to give him a larger or smaller forehead. I'm going to start here and bring my stroke up and out. You can also draw this shape, which is a little pointier. Extend your stroke down along the side, going towards the eyebrow. Stop before you get too close. Bring your strokes out again, along the ear, and let it disappear. I'm just making sure that these corners are level with each other. You can leave it like this so he has a buzz cut, or give his hair a lot more volume. First, select where you want his parting line to be, where he parts his hair. Then draw hair on both sides. I'm going to brush most of it over to the left.
So to begin with, you start with a circle. Then you cut this circle in half with a line, and I like this line to extend beyond the circle about the radius length to about 2/3 of the diameter, past that down. And feel free at any point to pause this video and draw at your own pace. I'm going to be trying to go pretty fast, so this video isn't forever long. After that, you bring the edges down to make sort of an egg shape. There, now we have the starting point. Here, we want to divide it in half this way. As you can see, these are, I'm not like measuring these out or anything, I'm totally guessing where it is. If you want to get out a ruler and measure, be my guest. But again, for time, I will not be doing that. Then you divide it in half again, and then in half down here. So this will be the line for your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. For the eyes, I begin by guessing where I want the eye to go, where I think an eye should be, and I just put in my first eye kind of wherever, then everything else will kind of situate itself around this eye. So then I measure how long it is, and the other eye will be that same width away. Then I put in the second eye. And I have other videos showing you how to draw the eyes, the nose, and the mouth and stuff separately, so I won't be going over it here, and I might be updating those videos as well. I'm not sure yet. Then we put our eyebrows in over the eyes. Now for the nose. The width of the nose is that same space between the eyes. If we want to bring it down. And then put our nose in on the line. This nose line, I drew it about halfway. Some guidelines say to draw it a little bit higher than that, since noses are such a different thing on each person. It's kind of your call and the person that you're drawing where that goes exactly. Now for the mouth, the middle of the mouth is going to be here a little bit above this line, because this line is going to be the bottom of the mouth. So I'll kind of put the middle there. Then the mouth's width is about the middle of the eyes down to a little bit narrower than that. Again, totally depending on the person. Okay, so now we have the features of the face, and we can come back and define this jawline a little bit. The edge of the face here is usually about half this eye width, then to the edge. So I like to define where the edges are and then the chin, so then I can come back and just connect them. There's a little bulge right here where the cheekbone is. Okay, so there we have our face. If we want to put in some ears, the ears usually reach up here to about the eye line or the eyebrow line, and then come down to this nose line. The neck comes off here of the jawline. And I'm not going to give this person hair in this video because that would take way too long, so I'll just kind of define their head here. And there you have it.